balls deep. I mean, honestly, you don't need to
Excuse me? That's
beat people
wild.
deep. You don't need to beat people deep like that every game. It's not part of the game anymore.
Uh, yeah, you're right. That's not a part of the game
And
anymore. Thank God.
it doesn't need to
So
be part of the game.
smooth. You said it so clearly. Thank God. I heard the P in the microphone. That was wild.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Unfiltered Show, another Thanksgiving edition, one of our favorites.
Oh,
Dante is back from his long trip. How you doing, Dante?
I'm doing fantastic, Vincent. It was a great vacation. I'm not even gonna say it was a good vacation. Great vacation. Glad to be back. Good to be home. Ready to get back to work on Unfiltered.
Did you take any pet any iguanas? Take any pictures with the iguanas out
I,
there?
I absolutely did not.
I know.
I saw a lot of iguanas. I did not pet any or get close, but there were some big boys out there, Vincent. Some nimbies out there, bro. Some nimbies. There
In
was
size or weight?
uh size, honestly, possibly weight. I mean, some of them bad boys were thick.
Yeah, I mean they're big out there, scattering everywhere, all around.
Their tails were huge. There was one sitting on a sign, bro. It was had to be like a 3 foot sign. The tail was like 3 feet. I was like, excuse me?
Yeah. Any what was your big food that you tried out there? Anything new?
I had wahoo fish for the first time. Um, it was delicious. And my drink of the trip was a mojito of all flavors because they know how to make a mojito in Aruba. So if you ever go, strawberry, watermelon, or passion fruit for sure.
I've
Uh,
gotta try it.
I gotta try everything. I did have a drink a day for Vincent because Vincent said I had to have at least a drink a day. So
I definitely said three.
yeah, I couldn't get to three, bro. I was too tired. I was sleepy. I was a sleepy boy in Aruba. But it's good to be home. Welcome back to Unfiltered, everybody. Great week ahead. It is Thanksgiving week this Thursday. Vin, what's give us just a little glimpse of the future. What's your favorite part about Thanksgiving? One favorite.
Probably just the food, of course.
It's a good
Tip.
point.
How about you? What's your
My one.
one if you had
Uh,
a pick?
I was gonna say the football. Um, but I mean, actually, we have two good games this week of Thanksgiving football. We have the Bears versus Lions, which I feel like could be a solid game,
Should be solid if the Bears defense shows up a little bit.
right? Or if not, if Caleb Williams and Keenan Allen were looking pretty solid last week, so if that connection
It,
keeps up,
the Bears offense has been a lot better the last couple weeks, so hopefully they can keep up. Maybe we'll have a shootout.
I would.
And,
Oh man,
and then Giants Cowboys will be bad
we're
most
not even gonna
likely,
watch.
or it might be a shootout. Maybe there'll be bad defense.
Probably won't watch that one, boys. I'm not gonna lie to you. And
And have
then
Tommy DeVito versus Cooper Rush.
what
And
a
then
what a
we
game.
have Packers
Dolphins back.
Dolphins. It's gonna be
Yes.
cold in Green Bay, but Dolphins should be used to that after their playoff loss last year to the Chiefs in the sub-zero
Can
weather.
Tua live in the cold? We're gonna find out. It's gonna be.
He's been really good since he's been back. Someone said the last concussion knocked him back into a Tuscaloosa Tua.
It fixed what was broken the last time. It makes
Yeah,
sense. It
it
always
rearranged his brain. I mean, when you get eight concussions, one of them gotta has to work out.
one of them's gotta do something good. But enough about other teams. Let's get into our teams because I mean we're gonna start with the Eagles, obviously, because
Oh, you want to start good?
yeah, I mean how can you not talk about the future MVP Saquon Barkley? I mean let's be
He's
real.
third best odds today, plus 725. I think I saw earlier.
That man is half man, half amazing.
We'll see. I mean, he has a good game against the Ravens. We beat the Ravens, and Lamar doesn't like go crazy. He'll jump Lamar probably because
for
Lamar's two,
sure.
Josh Allen's one.
That's fair. I can respect that.
Josh Allen has 18 passing touchdowns though, and he's
That's
not in the top 5 of passing yards. So what is he doing?
not throwing
And
interceptions.
he's not in the top 20 of rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean, if we go by those numbers, then Jalen Hurts should be like number 4 for MVP because he has more rushing touchdowns than everybody.
I mean,
They're
I
tied.
don't know if they're going by record. Because if they're going by record, there's many teams with better records. If at that point you put Goff in there, Goff, Pat Mahomes, even though like he's not playing great, they're still 10-1, right?
Yeah, so it's a weird MVP is a weird little ladder right now, but regardless, um, I'm excited to see Saquon hopefully keep this up. I mean, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen. I mean, who's
Well,
seen someone jump over somebody backwards, you know?
Saquon, I mean, he's clearly our MVP. He's probably made the best offseason signing this season.
For
Probably
sure.
not for bunch of seasons in the past.
I don't know. I mean, him and Zach Bond right now are
Yeah,
Zach Bond is. I mean, he is
Are-
playing out of his goddamn
he
mind.
he is pacing the all-time rushing record for the single season.
He is. I don't think he's gonna get it just because um, I feel like if we're playing that well, that he's getting close when it comes to the last game, or like when they usually people get benched when we're
Well,
in the
I
playoffs
mean,
already.
the thing is, the Lions still we still have to push the Lions if we want to get the 1 seed. So we might be forced to play all our games like truly.
I think at that point we might just have to settle with the second seed.
It'll depend if it comes down to the last week and they're like, oh, if Eagles win and Lions lose, because Lions have a play the Bears, I think, last week. Bears could be fighting for a playoff spot, and you never know. If
And
long as
Dan
we,
Campbell doesn't quit, so
yeah. So I mean,
which I
it could be.
respect about that man.
We have to keep winning. We have a couple. I say we have maybe like 2 tough games left. Ravens, Steelers, maybe, but I don't even think they're that anything special.
I will say if Saquon does play the rest of the games we expect him to, I do think he will break the record. Um, but if he doesn't, then like obviously I don't think he will. I mean, unless he goes absolutely berserk in the next.
If he has one more game like he did last week, he'll be like 500-600 away with like what are we 9-2 with 6 games left, and he's averaging to go over 100 a game, so he'll break it right now.
And
But
I mean, I don't want to just harp on Saquon because obviously he's been amazing, but I just also want to give the flowers to Jalen Hurts because I feel like everybody was really talking mad shit on him in the beginning of the season. Uh, when in reality it kind of wasn't his fault, like we said before. It was the play calling and that has changed obviously because
yeah,
Sirianni is not calling them.
he's had I think it's one turnover worthy play in the last like few weeks. He's been
Yeah,
really efficient. I mean, whatever, he's only throwing for 180, 200 yards a game, one or 2 touchdowns maybe. But I mean, that's if that's what it takes to win the game.
at
Once
this
the
point.
playoffs come, it gets cold. Running and defense wins the championships
So here's my thing about that.
until the
That's it.
Super Bowl, of course. But we've seen him in the Super Bowl one time, and other than his like unlucky fumble, he blew the lid off, and he was the MVP of that game.
Yeah, but here's my point. So you just said that we're winning with Jalen Hurts throwing for 180 yards, and yes, absolutely are. But I'm pretty sure there's another quarterback on the other side who's doing the exact same thing, and I don't hear anybody trash talking him. And I'm pretty sure we have a better record than they do. So I'm confused on this hatred that Jalen Hurts gets when Lamar Jackson does the same exact thing. He rushes for 80 and gets
Well,
a rushing touchdown or two.
Lamar does lead the league in passing yards.
I'm not saying Lamar's not throwing the ball amazingly. I'm just saying Lamar has been doing that for years where he doesn't throw for a lot of yards, but he does everything else obviously very well.
Yeah, of course.
Jalen Hurts right now is doing that, and I don't see why he's got. As long as
He
we're winning,
gets
I don't give a shit what he does.
Yeah, I mean he gets extra flack, of course, but I mean as long as he's making the good passes, I think the last couple weeks too he hasn't. I know the few weeks prior he was missing open guys that we saw and like
Yeah.
going through his progressions too much. But the last couple weeks, even with Devontae not playing last week, he was hitting AJ everywhere, finding Saquon and going through all his progressions, and then finding Saquon for checkdowns.
His escape and in the rollout and to get an extra few yards if he had to run and even just dump it off. I mean, he's been doing everything so well. I mean, this week will be the true test versus the Ravens.
Yeah, he looked really comfortable this week against the Rams too, and the Rams do have a good front. I think they sacked us once or twice, but
Yeah.
and he held onto the ball too long a couple times. But otherwise, he threw a couple good balls deep. I mean, honestly, you don't need to
Excuse me?
beat people deep. You don't need to beat people deep like that every game. It's not part of the game anymore.
Yeah, you're right. That's not part of the game anymore. Thank God.
It doesn't need to be part of the game.
You said it so clearly. My God. I heard the P in the microphone. That was wild. That's gonna be the intro. Oh God, I'm sorry. All right.
But yeah, I mean, I like that they finally found Saquon in checkdowns and screens and little plays like that, and let Saquon just touch the ball and get him in space. He's averaging.
Is Boston Scott on the roster still?
No.
Oh, okay.
just Kenny, Saquon, and Shipley.
Oh, Shipley, yes.
Boston Scott's on the
Practice squad.
Rams.
Oh, really?
He's not on the Eagles anymore. Seahawks. He's on somewhere.
Oh. But I love how Gainwell also made a lot of his touches because he was just like an X factor. Because people think when he's in, it's a pass. So those draws that we were hitting them with when he was in, they were really just falling for that so hard every time.
He finally got his first touchdown of the year.
I mean, he played so well. I love how he like just checked in and didn't do too much. Like I don't want the ball to go to Gainwell at all, but when it does, I want it to be something simple like a run up the middle.
He makes good plays. He gets extra yards. He pushes for the
He
first
does.
downs when he needs to. So,
but I don't want us to think he's Saquon now.
no.
Sometimes we're like, oh, Gainwell, screen pass, run, screen pass. Like, stop, relax.
And yeah, we took a lot of the dumb plays out of the playbook this week, other than the QB draw a couple times. But
I don't hate the QB draw. I like the QB draw.
It just depends when they run it. And then
so they run it at bad times for sure.
Let's of course talk about the defense.
Oh well, I mean, yeah,
playing great again. Keeping the teams under 300 yards for like the 6th week in a row or something like that.
Jalen Carter is absolutely
double teamed.
Filthy. He's going to be the next Aaron Donald.
I hope so.
Obviously, I tell you,
we lost Brandon Graham for the season to the torn triceps, unfortunately. So now we gotta win it all for him.
Yep.
But the cornerbacks, the secondary looked good for the most part.
Disgusting.
DeJean.
The rookies are
Cup.
The rookies are filthy. The rookies.
Mitchell looked great. Finally gave up some catches and all, but nothing crazy. No. Even when they did pick on Rodgers when Slay went down, so that's something they have to work on if Slay is out.
I just think Rodgers wasn't fast enough to keep up with Puka, which is concerning because Puka's not the fastest receiver in the league, but he is fast.
No, I think his route running is just really good too. So he was getting cold out there.
But that's not a good sign. You can't be getting beat in the speed and cooked in the routes. So,
but hopefully Slay's back. And then the linebackers, of course, have been good. Bond and Nakobe were all over the field. Rodgers also actually did force that first fumble when Slay got hurt. So
he did
do that.
He does tackle. He's a good tackler, Isaiah Rodgers. I mean, you see him in every play. I'm pretty sure.
But otherwise, I mean, they look good. How do you feel for this Ravens game in Baltimore?
I think it's going to be a battle for sure. They're not going to go down easy. The key is
shootout or close one?
No, I think it's going to be a shootout. I think it's going to be like 35-34 Eagles. It's just going to be a battle. It's just going to be who's going to get the first stop. And I feel like that's going to be hard for both teams. I mean, our defense, I feel like the last couple of weeks has been better than the Ravens. I know the Ravens have a good rush defense. But
they get passed all over though.
Yes, exactly.
So this might become a Jalen game if Saquon starts getting stuck. But although they were stopping Saquon early in the game,
And
against the
then
Rams, and then you just kept pushing him, pushing him, pushing him. He broke a couple.
I like how I don't know if it's Sirianni or Kellen Moore who's like saying this, but I like how like they did not give up on the run at all. They made sure that Saquon got his 25 rushes or like however many rushes he's getting. I mean, you know,
I mean,
he's getting a lot of touches every quarter, I should say.
that's what makes the play action so deadly, or even like a play action to a screen, something like that, because they're all in the box and then they break out. Everyone pulls the guard and something like that, and then Saquon or Gainwell can get lots of yards.
Offensive line, hats off. I mean, you guys been playing absolutely out of your
Finally,
minds.
finally all healthy.
Yeah. I mean, Becton stepping in at guard after playing only tackle for the longest time and just throwing bodies at 6'8" is insane.
But yeah,
Tallest guard out there.
I think it's going to be a good game. I think both run defenses are going to be strong, and then it's going to come down to some key passes towards the end.
Is Devonta back?
I'm not sure yet. I think he is going to be back, but we'll see. But I think it'll still be close. Like I think 31-27 Eagles. I think Jalen Hurts, you're going to see he's going to have 4 total touchdowns.
Oh wow, 2 rushing, 2 throwing. 4 rushing, Vincent? That's wild.
4 rushing touchdowns, no Saquon touchdowns.
That'd be wild.
And then we're gonna get a DeJean pick.
Oh wow, Lamar's getting picked. That's crazy. I think AJ is gonna have a big week again this week. He had a great week last week, but I think he's gonna have another great week. I think he's gonna have 4 catches, but 120 yards ish, something like that. Over 100 catches, but only like 4 catches. I know he's averaging way more, but I feel like they're just gonna go yard. And then I'm going 2 sacks from Sweat.
2 Sweat sacks.
Yep.
All right. Who do you want next?
The Sixers, for sure.
The Sixers.
Absolutely.
Sixers, as we are speaking, are... Oh, they go into overtime.
Holy shit.
Maxey hit 3 foul shots to tie the game at the end.
Wow.
He has 41.
What's McCain doing?
15. 6 for 16 from the field. 6 boards. 0 for 6 from the 3, though, so...
Damn.
But Maxey doing well. But obviously the Sixers are not doing so hot. They are not. They are the worst team in the league for those of you who have not been watching.
Sorry. I'm not sorry, actually.
We have... Actually, we're not the worst team in the league. We're the second worst team in the league at 3-13. Our chances of making the playoffs are 4% on paper, but it doesn't. We're only 4 or 5 games out of the actual 6-7 spot. Do you think they will make the playoffs?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. I think they'll make the playoffs once Embiid and Paul George and everyone's healthy. Now Caleb Martin's also hurt, so we're just not getting a lot of reps together. It's early in the season. Everyone's obviously freaking out a little bit. But I think at the end they make the playoffs still. Embiid is going to look like Embiid. Paul George is going to look like Paul George. And Maxey and McCain are going to hold them together as long as they possibly can, I hope.
I think that we're going to need McCain and Maxey actually to do that. I don't think Embiid's going to like come back and average like 27, 28. I'm not going to lie.
No, I think he comes in like gives you 25.
No, I think he's going to I think like 22. The thing is,
I think him giving you 25 though, but like he gives you 25, Paul George gives you 20, Maxey gives you 20, and McCain gives you 15. That's 80 right there. So I mean, you get 80 from your 4 year starters. You should win most of the games.
I think so for sure.
And obviously, those are just averages. So, but
At what point do we hit code red? At what point is it? Oh man, we're in trouble.
by like, I think by like this end of December, if we're still like pretty far out of it's gonna be like panic button. But like they can rip off 15 in a row. Like, I mean, like on paper they can rip off 15 in a row.
I'm about to say, bro.
Will they?
That was the most confidence for the last place team in the league right there, bro. That's wild.
Like they should, like their next like 10 games on paper they should win.
I should do a lot of things, bro. But that is
they play Detroit. Like I guess they play Detroit, which should be a win. They play Charlotte, should be a win. I think is Paolo playing? Is he out still?
He's still hurt.
They play them back to back at home.
Franz would cook us right now.
He did cook us last time we played them.
Exactly.
Should beat Chicago. Should beat Charlotte. Then you play Cleveland.
What seed is Charlotte? Isn't Charlotte in the playoffs right now?
I think they're like fringe. Let's see. LaMelo's having a really good year.
Well, yeah.
They are.
Well, yeah.
They're not. They're the 12 seed. We're only 2 games behind them.
Oh. Okay, so we should beat them. I agree.
But I mean, that's just all through December. Then we play like Boston at the very end. Play the Jazz. On paper, we should do a lot of things, obviously.
On paper.
But I mean, on
paper, Embiid should have played more than 2 games by now.
So we'll see. It'll be tough sledding, of course, just to fight your way back in. But it's definitely doable.
I'm not gonna lie. If we don't make the playoffs, got fire sale. Except for Tyrese Maxey
and McCain.
Jared McCain.
Well, no one's taking Paul George's contract, so he's here till he retires or dies. Honestly,
you don't think so? I think if we called up the Lakers,
but it would be like we would have to say you could have him, but we're eating their contract. No one's gonna take his contract from us. You know what I mean?
I think if it would depend, but we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, no, it has to be a fire sale. Everything must go.
Maybe it's the management, honestly, but who knows? Morey, I don't know how he's still there. How is Morey still here? I mean, Josh Harris owns the team, so he can't really go anywhere. Is Elton Brand still the president or whatever?
Bro, I don't even know, but all I know is that something has to change. As an organization, you can't look at this and go, "This is fine."
One pleasant surprise, at least, is McCain seemingly going to be the rookie of the year at the moment, showing off a lot of skills. I like his aggression, and we saw the few games where he played with Embiid and Paul George. He was still aggressive, still taking his shots, so we know he can get his shot and make it most of the time.
I love his attitude. I love the way he plays. Yeah, he's a good player. He's 6'4".
Yeah, he's pretty tall.
I did not know that. That he looks like he's like 5'9".
Just
he's taller than Maxey.
He's 6'2".
Oh, 6'2". That's still tall.
Maxey's also 6'2".
Maxey is not 6'2". If Maxey's 6'2", I'm 6'2".
Yabu has 22 tonight too. We're not gonna have him. We're not gonna have him next year.
Where's he going?
I don't know. We're just not gonna. You know how we do. We don't resign people that are good.
If Yabusele is not on the team next year after he plays good, I will literally not watch Sixers.
We'll probably trade him at the deadline to a contender.
I mean,
technically, if at the deadline we're not going to make the playoffs, they should be trading for picks and shit.
Should we sell Embiid at the deadline?
I don't think anyone's going to take him. It depends what he does up until the deadline.
Like, you don't think
if we get to the deadline and he's played
If
12
he
games.
if he's played 2 games at the deadline, we call the Miami Heat right now. You don't think Jimmy Butler's going? We're taking his big, sexy black ass over here.
I mean, he might be saying it, but doesn't mean Pat Riley's doing it.
They're gonna
But
any team we
what are
call is
what
taking
are we
him.
getting for a 2-game Embiid though?
I think we could still get like Bam and stuff.
I guess we'll see. I don't think that we ever trade Embiid, so
I don't think we're getting rid of Embiid, but like at the deadline, if we're like the last place team like we are, I think we have to send somebody away. And
gotta do something.
I think Embiid's got to be the one on the hot seat here. I mean, if he's not, who is?
You
Fair.
for the
True.
Flyers have been, they've been having their days. They've been good and bad. They're about 500. They lost 3 out of the last 4 in overtime though. But yeah, Mitch Kaw's been playing really well. He probably is the leader for rookie of the year at this point. He has 17 points, 8 goals, 9 assists. Konechny's been doing really well. He's third best in the league since over the last month in points.
Yeah. I haven't watched as many games. I have a valid excuse. I was on my honeymoon.
You got to pull that shit up on YouTube.
Yeah, true. They wouldn't let me. I couldn't use YouTube over there. But they have been playing well. I've been keeping up. They've been doing pretty good for a young team. Obviously, they're not really in contention for. Are they in the playoffs run right now?
I mean, they're like outside of it. We're 2 points out of the playoffs right now.
See?
Not far out.
And the goalies have been playing somewhat better.
The goalies have been playing somewhat better in the last, let's see, 5 games. They've given up 3, 4, 2, and then yesterday they gave 5.
Hey, we're gonna have bad nights, but it
But they'll be
happens.
fine. They're young. They look good. They're exciting from what I was watching.
Next week, I'll have a lot more on the Flyers. I promise, guys. Don't worry. And then finally, the Phillies.
The Phillies. What do you got,
Spicy.
Dante? Let's hear what you've heard.
So I've heard that Alec Boehm is on his way out
Alec Boehm. Did you hear where he's going?
to the
Possibly.
White Sox.
Yes. So possibly Boehm and Justin Crawford to the White Sox for Garrett Crochet.
Do you think that's worth Vincennes?
It's worth it as long as we get either Bregman or Adames to play third base too. Or if we're making another trade. Supposedly Nolan Arenado's on the
I did see that.
the trade block too, but we'll see.
Oh man, if he comes and plays third, I'll come on third. I just want to vent real fast, let you know that we lost a bet for Amon Thompson because he didn't get under 26.5. So sick, bro.
I didn't even know you played that, honestly.
Yeah, I did it for us.
But yeah,
back to the Phillies.
The Phillies.
Alec Boehm is about to be out. Do you think it's worth Crochet? Yes or no?
Yeah, I think so. But as long it's contingent on if we sign one of the other big third basemen like Adames or
if we don't, who's playing third?
It's nobody. I mean, unless they're bringing up Aiden Miller from, I don't think he's ready to play yet. And or you're putting Sosa at third.
Love Sosa.
I mean, your pitching staff looks good. I guess obviously Painter. I mean, Wheeler, Nola, Sanchez, Painter, and then Crochet if you get him. Crochet becomes probably your 3, depending how they want to break up righties and lefties.
So is Painter not going to be our starting pitcher this year again?
Yeah, he's going to come up most likely as our 4 or 5. And then depending obviously how well he does,
Well, what about Sanchez and Suarez?
Suarez might get traded too. But Suarez, I think Suarez might go into the bullpen. He wouldn't make a bad closer, I think.
I would love him as a closer.
Hopefully we resign Jeff Hoffman. Supposedly people are looking at him to possibly sign as a starter, which would be interesting. But hopefully he'll just come back as a reliever for us. Who else? Juan Soto has not spoken to us, supposedly. We have not
What
had a
happened?
meeting. We
What
haven't had
happened
any
to
offers.
why?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's true and what's not true, obviously, but supposedly we haven't. Maybe we're meeting with him next week. He's enjoying Thanksgiving first.
There.
Who else is the big ones out there? We are in the running for one of the Japanese pitchers,
Sick.
supposedly.
How many
Um,
pitchers do we need?
the kid's like 23 and he throws 99. So you're always in a room. There's always room for that.
True. I just put him at closer.
You could put him at closer.
Put him wherever he wants. Just someone hit a ball somewhere.
But we'll see. He's really good though. I feel like he's gonna go to the Dodgers
As usual.
or the Dodgers or the Red Sox probably,
Yeah, that
or the
sucks.
Yankees. Blake Snell went to the Dodgers last night. If
I
you
did
didn't
say.
see, so they have a stacked.
Was he on the Dodgers before?
He was. No, he was in the Padres
The
before.
Padres. Oh wait, they got
Padres and the
Tyler
Rays.
Glasnow.
Snell, Glasnow, Yamamoto, Otani will be back, and then Gosselin, and then like Dustin May and someone else,
What about Walker Bueller?
and Walker Bueller.
What about Kershaw?
Walker Bueller is a free agent actually. I think Kershaw retired,
Oh damn.
or he's a free agent. Either one of those.
Oh, interesting.
Then there's Anthony Santander has been linked to us. The switch hitting outfield from the Orioles who hit 44 home runs last year. So that would be nice if we don't get Soto, but we get like
Oh,
Adamas and or Bregman and him maybe.
ooh, spicy.
So we'll see. A lot of people out there still. Winter meetings are in a couple weeks, so that's kind of when everything will start happening.
Oh, I'll have a coffee. I'll have a cup of tea waiting for it. Um,
But yeah, that's your
that's all.
wrap for the Phillies. Oh, Garrett Stubbs re-signed, like a two-way kind of thing, minors slash majors.
Sick.
I don't know what that means honestly, but supposedly when he's in the majors, he'll get paid major league money, and when he's not, he'll get paid minor league money.
Sick. Can I get that?
Mm-hmm.
Sign me up.
And then
I'll go play outfield.
that's it for now. Hopefully,
Very
we'll hear
good.
more stuff next week.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Philly Sports Roundup. Thank you for stopping by. We're not over yet. We're for the topic of the week. Obviously, we're going to talk about Thanksgiving because Thanksgiving. Vincent, we already told me one of your bests of food.
Mm-hmm.
What
Food.
what's the goats? What's a do and do not food? So like, I'll hit you with the list.
Mm-hmm.
Turkey or ham?
Oh man, it's tough.
Ah man.
Is turkey dry?
I mean, no. Obviously, it tastes amazing.
Uh, I'll go ham.
Okay. Mashed potatoes or candied yams?
No, candied yams always.
Fair.
That's number one.
Um, cranberry sauce or gravy?
Gravy, cranberry sauce. You could leave it in the can at home.
That's insane. What if it was homemade?
Leave it in the bowl.
Um, I, apple pie or pumpkin pie?
Apple.
Good call.
Pumpkin
Um,
pie is good though.
I can't anymore. Is that everything? Did I get all the good ones? Oh,
That's most of it.
I was gonna say corn or mixed vegetables. Um,
Corn on my mashed potatoes.
absolutely yes. Yeah, those are all the best foods. A signature dish in the Sangeliano household, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to spice up your Thanksgiving, excuse me, is a bread crumbed mushroom parmesan. It's mushroom parmesan. I should have said that, idiot. God.
Mushroom parmesan for sure.
Yeah, if you guys want to spice up your Thanksgiving, look up a recipe of mushroom parmesan. Our mother makes it every year, and it is to die for. You can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Little dish for you guys. Spice up your life.
Keep your stuffing at home.
Yeah, no
Don't need
stuffing. No stuffing.
Don't need mashed up bread.
Unwasted carbs. Is that what that is, Vincent? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Why am I going to waste my carbs on that? I could have a whole turkey.
Give me the dark meat of the turkey.
I like both, honestly.
The white meat usually needs the gravy.
I won't lie to you. I couldn't even tell you the difference.
Dark meat's got more fat content in it.
If I closed my eyes,
you would know.
If I close my eyes, I would just think I'm chewing on meat. Pause.
We'll try tomorrow.
Okay, that sounds good. Football. Thanksgiving football. We started talking about football.
Mm-hmm.
We already talked about gambling on the pod, did we? I don't know if we did. We did. I just mentioned our bet that we lost because of Amon Thompson pain. Throw out. I want a nice little Thanksgiving gamble.
Thanksgiving parlay.
Thanksgiving parlays, ladies and gentlemen.
I'll give you anytime touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs.
Good call. Anytime touchdown. David Montgomery.
Mm-hmm.
Most likely.
Bears side. Give me 4+ catches for DJ Moore.
Oh.
And then let's go to the next game.
We got Giants Cowboys.
Giants Cowboys. Give me Malik Neighbors.
9 catches. 7 over 6.5 catches.
And then give me Rico Dowdle plus 60 yards.
Okay.
60 rushing yards. And CeeDee Lamb probably like 8+ receptions.
I would say anytime touchdown, CeeDee Lamb.
And then we got for the Packers Dolphins game. Romeo Dubs is out, and so is Jair Alexander.
Holy shiitake mushrooms.
So
Jalen Waddle, anytime touchdown.
Tyreek Hill, get crazy, over 90 yards.
Okay.
And then for the Packers, let me get Josh Jacobs, anytime touchdown, and Tucker Kraft over 60 yards.
Man's been balling out there. Tucker Kraft is a tank.
I don't know what the odds are on this thing. We'll have to check tomorrow.
We'll rewatch and put it all in and make the bet. Someone ride that with us if you're watching. You'll be seeing this in the morning, so you can do it before you watch the games.
You can tail that.
Tail that for sure.
And then we got, I mean, the football games should be good. They're always good for the most part. Was it like 4 years ago where Kamara had 6 touchdowns?
Yeah, that was the game I bet. I'll never forget it. I remember it because that was the game Kamara had 6, but I think Taysom Hill had 1. I remember I had Kamara getting the touchdowns I needed, and then I just needed Taysom Hill to score a touchdown, and I was like, oh, he's not going to get it. And then he just walked it in, and I was like, oh my God, I won like $500 for that. It was crazy. But you got a little good Thanksgiving parlay to drink your alcohol to while you stress out and watch the games.
Yeah, what are you gonna drink tomorrow or
I'm
today?
I'm going for a lot of wine.
A lot of wine.
Different flavors.
Different wines, red and white.
Yes, different varieties.
And rosé.
Yeah, I know you like to bring the selection, so I'm excited. I might bring one over too. Who knows?
How about I'll give you a milk stout.
I feel like
you want eggnog tomorrow? Start off early.
No, I have coquito in my fridge from like last year or 2 years ago.
Yeah. Sure, that's still good.
It's gotta be good.
It's probably fermented.
It's ready to go for Christmas.
Yeah,
which we'll get into next week.
Fermented.
I'm ready. But yeah, that is all for this week of Unfiltered. Welcome back again. Thanks for stopping by. Vincent almost broke his desk.
And I just broke my elbow.
That. And happy Thanksgiving, and Vincent.
Yeah, everyone have a great Thanksgiving. Listen, place your bet. Let us know how it goes. Don't eat too much, but also eat everything. And thanks for drinking straight from the tap. We're unfiltered.
Ew.